Hi everyone, my name is Khaled with KINETIQ, and today I want to talk to you about another super common problem that we see every time we talk to operations leaders, and it is that by the time you or your team find out about issues, it's already too late to act. And the number one reason for that is the data infrastructure and real-time intelligence that you need in place needs to be built out to support your organization's operations goals. So a lot of the time, what this looks like and how we see this play out with folks is that they have actually the data they need. It just doesn't arrive in time. And so when a material shortage is developing, the operations team doesn't find out until it impacts your production schedule. If a supplier delay is logged in one system, it's not necessarily reflected downstream in your production schedule. If you have work in progress backing up on the floor, but a planner is working on a production schedule that was built 2 days ago, there starts to be that gap. And oftentimes, the first time that someone realizes something is wrong is when a line has already gone down or it's about to. And so the data was always there to predict these issues, but it never reached the right person or the right system in time to act on it. And so how does this impact your P&L? Well, you pay for this on the shop floor. You're reactively replanning. You have to reschedule or rebuild schedules midweek or mid-shift instead of adjusting in advance. Number one. And number two, of course, a lot of folks have issues with unplanned overtime or expedited freight driven by those gaps in visibilities. Number three, of course, partial builds and short shipments that turn into customer conversations that are uncomfortable, meaning you're in a situation where you can't complete your commitments to clients or customers because of these sorts of situations, and that's not a position anyone wants to be in, of course. And then operations teams are really managing things by exception, but only after the exception has already happened, as opposed to proactively or preemptively solving these issues with the data at hand. Now, a lot of the times what we see with folks is that they'll have the same disruptions recurring, but because the warning signals and root causes were never built in, no one's been able to stop those issues from recurring again and again. And so what does the solution look like for folks? It is a live picture before it impacts the shop floor. Now, this isn't just a control tower or a dashboard, it's a living, breathing system. So one connected picture where you're bringing in everything from raw material availability, work in progress status, supplier signals, but you also have an opportunity to surface disruptions early before they impact the shop floor, not after a line goes down. While there's still time to do something about it, you can build your production schedules that actually track reality against the data that is reflecting today's world, not what was planned a week or 2 weeks ago. You can have operations leaders and the folks on the ground working from live data and not just using a report that is out of date. And finally, you're replanning as a targeted adjustment, not just scrambling. Of course, things are always going to happen, but you want to be able to be flexible and resilient when they do. And so what does it look like for people to go on this journey? It is starting from a position where a lot of people are today. They have disconnected systems and delayed signals across their data footprint and across their IT and OT systems. Operations teams tend to find out about disruptions at the worst possible moment, which is after they've already happened. And you get to a point where everything from material, work in progress, your production schedules, and your end-to-end visibility is all in one place. And you can do something about it while there's still time before it impacts your production. Now, what does this look like? Well, a lot of folks need to know where they need to get started here. And we actually partner with operations and IT leaders to build a blueprint. And that blueprint is how you identify where the visibility gaps are causing the most risk and impact to your P&L. And we actually quantify what that impact is, and we work with you to define what a connected picture should look like and blueprint and architect how you can get there so that you know where to start. So if this is something your organization is dealing with, or if it's something that sounds super familiar to you and your team, you should check out the QR code here or the link below, and we'll work with you to figure out where to get started.